Hello and welcome to SGPN's Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. Sorry, I got yesterday's date out there. But if you're new to Underdog Fantasy, sign up with the promo code DailyDog. That's DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com. One word, DailyDog. On UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog Fantasy app for a 50% deposit match bonus with up to $1,000. Best deposit match bonus out there. You're not going to do any better no matter where you look, no matter where you search, what you Google, what you find on Reddit. You're not going to find a better promo code than Daily Dog. So use it before you lose it, because who knows if they take this thing down a notch until football season. They did that before. It was a little bit lower last year. They increased it to 1,000 max during football season. So far, so good. We've been staying true at 1,000, but I don't know what the future holds. So use it. If you haven't used it yet, you might as well while you can. Also got to say thanks to the listeners who reached out to me on Twitter, DMs, and, have wanted to, or were trying to answer my call yesterday, basically, for what other sports you want to see me delving into more of this summer. The answers were PGA and WNBA. I have done a little bit of WNBA in the past. I got a WNBA entry today with two big name players that I'm very familiar with. And I'm going to try to get in the rhythm of looking at WNBA consistently because, it's a great sport to be handicapping and putting in underdog entries in over the summer. And PGA, I got to dig deep. I do like golf. I do like watching golf. Golf is, I enjoy it. I'm usually wearing a Bay Hill hat or a Masters hat or something like that. So I do like the sport. I just, the 4-day schedule and everything, I can't always lock in for 4 days straight of all day golf watching action. I know that it's a sport where people come and go and everything else, but I'm a completist. So I haven't done too much underdog PGA, but it's never too late. Let's lock into it for this summer. I'm down for it. So thank you for everyone who reached out. And if there's any other sports you want me to start looking at as we get to the dog days of summer, let me know and I will dip my toe in and we can take that journey together. But let's go to an old hat, something we're familiar with. We hit NBA or some MLB stuff yesterday. Let's do it again today. Let's go to MLB entry number 1. We're going to go with James Wood Jr., higher than 1.5 total bases. The dude has the most pure swing in Major League Baseball. I don't know what else to say. Hit a home run yesterday against the Rockies. He gets to go against Antonio Senzatella this year, who's got a nice 1-10 record with a 7.23 ERA and a cool 2.03 whip. Yes. This is a guy who's played significant time this year who has a higher than 2.0 whip. I like James Wood here. Senzatella is a righty. Wood is the most pure swinging lefty in the league right now. I like higher than 1.5 total bases there. Speaking of a battered pitcher matchup, I'm going to go with Austin Riley higher than 1.5 total bases in the game against Drew Peterson and the Mets. So that's the Braves, man. Austin Riley higher than 1.5 total bases. Good matchup versus the lefty there at home for Riley at Truist Park in Atlanta. Riley, again, he's not having I'm not going to say that he's having a bad year. I'm not saying he's having a great year. Just given the context of what this offense is for the Braves right now, his 281 batting average and 11 home runs is looking pretty good. 36 RBIs. He's usually batting second in the order, so that's why he's got maybe a couple less RBIs. He's played a couple less games than some guys as well. I'm going to go with Austin Riley here. So 3x multiplier. MLB entry number 2, I'm going to go with Vladimir Guerrero higher than 7.5 fantasy points and Gleyber Torres higher than 7.5 fantasy points. So we got Vladdy Guerrero at home in Toronto up there, facing off against the Diamondbacks and Brandon Pfaadt. I'm not a big Pfaadt guy. I say it every time he's on the bump. We can try to take some spots here. The Blue Jays have been playing pretty well. Then they lost 3 in a row with the Phillies. Now they're back home after a long road trip. They were on they had 3 series on the road in a row. Back home here against the Diamondbacks and a pitcher that they can definitely get some stuff done against. So Vladimir Guerrero higher than 7.5 points. And then, people don't understand Torres. Whatever happened in New York is done because this guy is great for the Tigers right now. There's a lot of good bats in this lineup, but Torres is batting 276. He's got 7 homers. He's got 10 doubles, 34 RBIs, 91 total bases on the year. So I like Gleyber Torres higher than 7.5 fantasy points. That's a 3x multiplier with Vladimir Guerrero. Sorry, I'm trying to do a better job timing myself here, so I'm not having to go speed talking for the last couple entries. Let's go to MLB entry number 3. Jordan Westburg higher than 1.5 total bases for the Orioles as they take on the Rays against Zach Littell. Littell is also not a pitcher that you're really scared of. He's probably a little bit above replacement level, but not much. So I'm going to take Jordan Westburg higher than 1.5 total bases there, because Westburg is a guy that is why one of the guys why the Orioles thought that they were going to be good this year, because Westburg has a ton of potential. And, maybe they didn't find it yesterday. Maybe they find it in game 2 of this series. And again, I think Westburg is going to be able to do something against Littell. And then I'm going to take Jacob Wilson higher than 1.5 total bases for the Athletics against Astros. The Athletics are building something. They're primed to be a great team if they ever get to Las Vegas. They got like 4 guys in their lineup that are age 24 or younger that are all real studs. Obviously Lawrence Butler, Jacob Wilson, Max Muncy, Kurtz. They're not all consistent. They're all young players in their first 1 or 2 years in the majors, but they've got some real potential there. So give me Jacob Wilson higher than 1.5 total bases. It's 3.12x when you put Jordan Westburg 1.5 total bases with Wilson also over higher with the 1.5 total bases. MLB entry number 4, we're going to have Will Smith higher than 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. I don't know how you're getting a flat multiplier on this. 6 out of the last 8 games, Will Smith has gone over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. They're going against Randy Vasquez and the Padres. Again, Randy is I consider him the weak spot in the lineup for the Padres. He's gotten it together for the most part lately. He had a good start against the Dodgers last time out. But the thing is that when they want to protect him, he doesn't go 5 full innings. So getting into the Ben earlier is a little bit better. I'm going to be riding Will Smith here higher than 1.5 total bases. Then I'm going to take Altuve higher than 1.5 total bases again at that AAA ballpark in Sacramento. Hit a home run yesterday. Good chance he gets higher than 1.5 total bases again here against JP Sears. Guy he's familiar with. 3x multiplier there. All right, let's continue with our pitchers, combos, lineups. We're going to go David, Festa, and Andrew Abbott, lower than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. To me, this comes down to the pitchers. The offenses they're facing, to be honest. There's some inconsistency with the Twins lineup and the Reds lineup. These teams are both boom or bust. Festa is all right, and Andrew Abbott's been absolutely revelatory this year. So I don't think there's going to be a first inning run scored here. And then I'm going to pair those with Seth, Lugo, and Jack Leiter, lower than 0.5 first inning runs scored. Come on, Royals offense gets the Rangers offense. The Royals offense is putrid. I talk about it all the time on Just Win Sports with Amal Shaw. Rangers offense is wildly inconsistent, maybe trending up a little bit, but still not good. These pitchers are good enough to get out of one frame versus these terrible offenses. Pitchers number 2, I'm going a little bit counter narrative. Jesus Luzardo and Cal Quantrill higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. Luzardo obviously is going to be hard to score on. Cal Quantrill is definitely not, but Luzardo is also a former Marlin. He's coming home. These guys know him better than anyone. And then I'm taking Antonio Senzatella and Michael Soroka higher than 0.5 first inning runs allowed. 2 pitchers that anybody in this league, any team can hit. So I think that this is a good one. You're getting a good enhanced multiplier there. You got a little bit of a reduced multiplier with Luzardo and Quantrill, but that's why I like pairing these ones for a 2.87x multiplier. All right, we got to talk some NHL. I need to pick up the pace. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pace myself better, but I'm not going to get through all my lineups if I keep on derailing myself like this. So Leon Draisaitl higher than 0.5 goals. Sam Bennett higher than 0.5 goals. Sam Reinhart higher than 0.5 goals. Flex entry from yesterday, 5.87x or 1.7x if it goes 2 out of 3. If you're crazy, 11.74x if it goes 3 for 3. NHL at number 2. This one is for today. Stuart Skinner higher than 3.5 goals against. Brad Marchand higher than 2.5 shots on goal, 4.35x. So a little bit of a lotto there. Tennis. Beatrice Haddad-Maia higher than 0.5 sets lost against McCartney Kessler. Kessler's going to win this match. And then Diana Schneider higher than 21.5 games against Donna Vekic. 2 dominant servers, power hitters on grass. That leads to go long. 2.04x multiplier. Elena Rybakina versus Qinwen Zhang higher than 22.5 games played. I think we get 3 sets here. That's just how these women play for the most part on any surface. They seem to go long. And then Taylor Fritz lower than 0.5 sets lost against Quarantine Moutet. Moutet is not a guy you're looking to back on grass. Just he is he's an Energizer bunny that excels on clay, and this is the opposite of clay, grass. 2.25x multiplier there. Lotto entry number 1, 2 picks here. Leon Draisaitl higher than 1.5 goals. Brandon Lau higher than 1.5 runs scored. 49.07x. Boom, right there. That's it. If Lau scores 2 runs, Draisaitl scores 2 goals. 49.07x multiplier. Let's get to the Dong squad. Jackson Holiday higher than 0.5 home runs. I think that there's going to be some home runs like we saw yesterday in that park at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. Eugenio Suarez higher than 0.5 home runs. Obviously knows how to play in Toronto. He's seen Bassett plenty of times. And then Hunter Goodman higher than 0.5 home runs for the Rockies against Soroka. Hunter Goodman is the best bat in the Rockies lineup, and it's not even close. They actually found a good one in him. McMahon stinks. Everyone stinks. Hunter Goodman, actually a good player. 119.72x if it goes 3 for 3 on a standard entry. If you flex it, 59.86x if it goes 3 for 3, or 9.54x if it goes 2 for 3. Dong squad number 2, Rafael Devers, higher than 0.5 home runs. New team, new power. Lawrence Butler, higher than 0.5 home runs. 0 for yesterday. Time for him to rebound. And then Tommy Edman, higher than 0.5 home runs. Really juices this thing up. 89.46x multiplier, or 44.73x on the flex, 8.56 if it goes 2 out of 3 on the flex. And that was Tommy Edman home run, Lawrence Butler home run, Rafael Devers home run. WNBA entry number 1, kind of chalky here, nothing too original. Caitlin Clark, higher than 3.5 3-pointers made. She came out guns blazing and went 7 for 14 in her return game. Prior to that, she's been shooting a ton of 3-pointers, so higher than 3.5 is definitely on the menu, and obviously she can make a ton. And Sabrina Ionescu, higher than 19.5 points. 2 games in a row she's done this. Let's continue it against Atlanta. Should be a competitive game. You need your stars to perform. So let's go Sabrina Ionescu, higher than 19.5 points. 4.03x multiplier. All right, that's all I got for you today. Good luck on your picks, and let's make some money.